can Elmer have some coffee?
I thought you was getting ready to go to the movie studio.
Oh, I'm ready. I just been feeding my critters.
You can't go looking like that. Now get fixed up and put on your prettiest dress.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, can I take Elmer to the studio?
No, you can't. You're going to be a movie star. You're going to be making pictures with them handsome young actors like Dash, Rip Rock, and Bolt Upright.
Yes, sir.
You're going to find out that fellas is a heap more fun than them critters.
Well, they gonna have to go some to beat Elmer.
Give me that raccoon. Now, you going upstairs and get yourself looking like a movie star.
Yes, sir. Oh, Elmer don't like cream in his coffee.
Now, get out of here. Scoot.
Uncle Jed, as long as I'm going over to the studio, can I produce Ellie's movie?
We'll see. Go get your best clothes on.
I still got my producer clothes.
All right, boy.
Hot dog! Hey, Granny, I'm gonna produce Ellie's movie.
Put me down, you big lummox! Kid, you're not gonna let them young'uns go to work at that sin-soaked movie studio.
No, they're going to work at my movie studio.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Well, it ain't sin-soaked.
All right, Jed. Ellie is your daughter, and if you want her to become one of them Hollywood flibberty-gibbets, go ahead.
She ain't going to become one of them Hollywood flibberty-gibbets. But it's about time she commenced having a little fun. Meeting some young fellas, getting asked out to dances and parties.
Yeah, Hollywood parties.
What's wrong with Hollywood parties?
Oh, Jed, you poor innocent country boy. Don't tell me you don't know about Hollywood parties.
Well, I ain't ever been to one.
Oh, the stories I could tell you.
You been to a Hollywood party, Granny?
I wouldn't be caught dead at one.
How come you know so much about them?
I got it right from the horse's mouth. Elverna Bradshaw told me.
Elverna Bradshaw ain't never been out of the hills. What does she know about Hollywood parties?
Well, if you listen, I'll tell you.
All right.
Now, you remember Elverna's daughter who married Al Ledbetter, the undertaker over at Ripley?
Yeah?
Well, Al's sister was in a beauty contest, and the first prize was a trip to Eureka Springs.
Yeah?
Well, Al's sister didn't win, but the girl that did told about meeting a truck driver who picked up a hitchhiker who was a fry cook at Little Rock.
Yeah?
Well, they was a waitress who worked for the fry cook, and she had a niece. And that girl knew all about Hollywood parties 'cause she'd been through the mill.
I see.
And the girls at the mill told her.
What mill is that?
The flour mill in Springfield.
Granny, how come the girls at the mill back in Springfield know so much about parties way out in Hollywood?
I figured that was none of my business. Of course. I'm not one to pass on gossip, you know.
Oh, of course not.
But now that you're warned, I hope that you'll keep your daughter safe to home.
Don't you worry, Granny. I ain't gonna let her go anywhere near that flour mill.
All right, Jed Clampett, you'll see. But you're sending your one and only daughter down the primrose path.
Now, Granny, I figure Mr. Drysdale knows a heap more about Hollywood than Elverna Bradshaw, and he is right strong in favor of Ellie Mae working in the movies.
It's great. It's got everything. With Ellie working in the movies, the Clampetts aren't likely to go back to the hills. And with her beauty, she might become a big star. And if she becomes a big star, she'll make a lot of money. And if she makes a lot of money, she'll put it in my bank.
Oh, Chief, is that all you're thinking of?
Oh, of course not. I'm thinking of Ellie. Now, she might meet some young men, have dates, romance, get married. She might marry a big star. And if she does, he'll put his money in my bank. Oh, it's great. It's got everything.
Chief, if you're really thinking of Ellie, think again. Granted, she will meet young men, but what kind?
Good-looking, successful young actors. That's what kind. Fellas like Rock Dipdash and Up Bolt Right.
That is Dash, Rip Rock, and Bolt Upright.
With the kind of money they're making, I don't care if they're called Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Wolves, 1 and 2 would be more appropriate. Cads, both of them. Libertines. Poor sweet innocent Ellie Mae is no match for their kind.
Poor, sweet, innocent Ellie Mae can whip 4 of their kind with one hand tied behind her. Meantime, she can have some fun. Get invited to dances and parties.
Yes. Hollywood parties.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Oh, Chief, how can you be so uninformed?
Well, what do you know about Hollywood parties? Have you ever been to one?
Certainly not. But I've heard about them from this girl who lives in my apartment building.
Has she ever been to one?
No, but she has this cousin who works at a flour mill in Springfield.
This better, Pop?
Ellie Mae, you is prettier than sun up on a frosty morning.
You coming to the studio?
Oh, I figure I won't right off, Ellie. Them young actor fellows be wanting to get acquainted and won't help none to have your paw standing around.
Well, Granny says I dasn't have nothing to do with them tricky Hollywood rascals.
Now, don't you let Granny scare you. Course sparking a pretty girl brings out a little bit of rascal in every boy, country or city. I was about tricky myself.
You, Paul?
Yep. I remember when I was sparking your ma, she said I couldn't kiss her unless we seen a falling star. Well, it wasn't no time at all till I was running into fireflies on her.
Ellie Mae, your producer is ready. Let's get over to Hollywood and commence to vine.
Commence to what?
Vine. That's what all the movie folks do. Go to Hollywood and vine.
Jethro.
Now, don't you worry, J.D. I have got widescreen plans for this little property.
Well, now look, boy.
Of course, she'll have to start out as what you call an extra. But I'm going to pan her close-ups, dolly her makeup, and budget her arcs till I have built her up to what you call a top box office has-been. I'm going to negative her foreign gross. Might even go to color.
You're going to color right now, Jethro. Well, your eyes is red, your face is white, and your lips is blue.
You best get some fresh air, boy.
Yes, sir. Something is making me kind of dizzy.
That's probably the dark glasses.
Yeah.
He'll be all right in a minute.
I packed your lunch to take to that sin-soaked studio, Ellie.
Thank you, Granny.
What's this for?
Protection.
Feeling better, Jethro?
Yes, sir, Uncle Jed. But if it's all the same to you, I'd rather not produce Ellie's picture. Producing movies is too hard on a fella.
All right, boy.
I'll do something easy, like write it or direct it.
I tell you what, Jethro. You just drive Ellie Mae over to the studio and then come right back home. She'll get acquainted with these young fellas a heap easier if her family ain't standing around.
Let's go, Jethro. I got to report to the wardrobe department.
Ellie, how come you're wearing Granny's hat?
Well, she says it's for protection.
Protection from what?
Fellas.
You don't need no hat pin.
Heck, fire! All Ellie's got to do is tell them fellas her pa owns the studio.
You don't have to do that neither. You just be your own sweet, pretty self and do an honest day's work movie starring.
Well, Jethro says I got to be an extra before I can be a star.
All right, after you're extra for a while, you ask them real polite, can you be a star?
Yes, sir, Pop.
Bye, darling.
Uncle Jed, don't call me that.
Wait for me! Wait for me!
Granny, you ain't going, especially with a game leg.
Now, that's just a little touch of rheumatiz. Let go.
All right, let me have it.
Have what?
That double-barrel splint you're wearing.
How can I go that I'm unarmed?
you can't.
Dagnabbit, somebody's got to protect! All right, Jed. Let it be on your conscience that you sent your daughter to Sin City unprotected.
Sin City?
Hollywood. She ain't no match for them slick movie stars. One look from Emil Jennings and she'll be at his mercy.
Hey, Ellie is gonna be working with a fella named Dash Riprock. And with a name like that, he has just about got to be a clean-cut, upstanding young man.
Hi, Dash.
Hi.
Who's going to be in your picture?
Well, I'm not sure yet. Could be you,
Me?
if you can handle the love scenes.
Oh, I can. I know I can.
Dash,
Get the springs oil in this for me, honey. Go get me a sandwich, sweetheart. You can go along and carry the potato chips. Now, about those love scenes. Have you read the script?
Oh, no. I'm just an extra.
Well, that's where stars come from, sweetheart. Sit down, sit down.
Okay.
Now, in the opening scene, when we're,
howdy.
Well, how do you do?
Dash!
Be sure there's plenty of mustard in that sandwich, honey. Well, sit down, sit down.
Well, thank you.
Well, you're the prettiest extra I've seen.
Well, thank you. After I've been an extra for a while, can I be a star?
Well, now, I think you can. If you can handle the love scenes.
Well, I try. I don't know just a whole heap about such things.
Would you like to learn?
Yes, sir.
Well, this is lesson number 1. Say prune.
Prune.
Again.
Again.
Say prune again.
Prune again.
Just say prune.
Prune.
That's it.
Prune. I was right. You're more fun than Elmer.
Can I speak to you for a minute?
Is it important?
Very. Orders from the front office.
Excuse me, honey. Don't go away.
Am I a star yet?
Not quite, sweetheart. You're on the right track. What is it, Tom?
They just cast the girl for your picture.
Do me a favor, will you? Don't tell any of the extras I'm doing a little casting on my own.
Shape up, boy. The girl they picked is the boss's daughter.
Chapman?
No, the big boss, J.D. Clampett.
What does she look like? Can she act?
Who cares? Papa owns the studio. She's on her way over here now, so get rid of the chick.
Just a minute. Listen, sweetheart, we'll continue your acting lesson later. Get dressed and wait for me at the gate.
Yes, sir. Prune.
Later. Oh, boy.
Who is she?
Never mind. I'm grooming her for stardom.
I thought those newspaper stories about Dash Riprock would stir you to action. Scandalous escapades. Now you see the danger that confronts Ellie, working with that young scoundrel. Don't feel you have to read them all, Chief. I know how revolting they are. Chief? Chief?
What?
I said, don't feel you have to read all those clippings.
Are you kidding? This is my 3rd time through. Where does this kid find time to make movies?
Horrible, isn't it? Such a waste. What will he have when youth is gone?
Well, for one thing, he'll have a great bunch of clippings.
There's Ellie, wandering around in a bathing suit. Oh, Chief!
Now, don't panic. Take her to her dressing room. I'll have a talk with young Rip Snort. Ellie Mae,
Oh, howdy, Mr. Drysdale. Miss Jane.
get in.
I'll take you to your dressing room. See you later, Chief.
Right. As you can see by those clippings, I've got you pegged dead to rights. So there's no use trying to squirm out of it. Now, you try any of those shenanigans with Miss Clampett, and your next picture will be shot at the police station. Is that clear? I said, is that clear? Riptide! What? Give me those. Now, you go present yourself at Miss Clampett's dressing room. And you'll be charming, you'll be polite, and you'll behave. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Could I finish reading those, sir?
Yes, who is it?
Dash Riprock. May I come in?
You may not. Stay where you are. I'll come out. So you are Dash Riprock.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's get this straight here and now. I know your reputation, and there will be none of your romantic hijinks with Ellie Mae Clampett.
You have my word of honor.
Come on, Jethro. Might as well get this over with.
Yeah, Granny ain't gonna let up till she sees for herself. There ain't no sinning going on at your studio.
Let's go.
Now, hold on just a minute. Bend your knees.
What's the matter? Don't you trust me?
Bend your knees.
There. Are you satisfied?
Nope. Let me see your reticule.
Take a good look, Mr. Pinkerton.
Okay.
I'll help you on the truck, Granny.
Well, you got her hefted. Shake her down a little.
Yes, sir.
Stop that! Ain't you got no respect for your poor old brittle-boned granny?
All right, set her down, Jethro. All right, let's have it.
Have what?
What you're hiding under your hat?
That happens to be my hay. Well, I'll be switched. I thought that was a heavy hairpin.
All right, let's get it going.
Come out of there, Rip Dash, you coward. I know you're hiding around here someplace. Now, I'm going to give you until the count of 3, and then your contract is going to be canceled. 1, 2.
Mr. Drysdale, have a heart. I can't make a picture with Mr. Clampett's daughter.
Why not?
Man, just her voice scares me.
Oh, that. Well, we can just dub in another voice.
What are we gonna do about the rest of her?
Are you kidding? Have you ever seen her in a bathing suit?
No, I missed that.
Well, her figure is 1 in a million.
At least.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Mr. Drysdale, I have been reading the script, and I find it unacceptable.
Well, what's the matter with it?
For one thing, the love scenes with young Riprock here are positively indecent.
I can't believe
Well,
it.
she's right, absolutely right. I feel the same way.
You?
Yes, sir. When I first read that script, I said, why, these love scenes are positively indecent.
Well, I'm glad to see you have some sense of propriety.
Oh, I'm full of it.
Baloney is what you're full of. Look, we'll tone down the love scenes. Now get back to the dressing room and get that beautiful Clampett figure into a bathing suit.
I refuse.
Good girl. I'm with her.
Well, how refreshing to find that you are not totally devoid of moral fiber.
Why, honey, I'm just solid moral fiber from head to toe. Since we're not making that picture, may I see you to your car?
You stay here, Dash Rock. I want to talk to you alone. Sit down. Now, look. I don't care if you make the picture with Ellie Mae. That's not important.
Well, thanks.
The important thing is that she doesn't know any young men, never has any dates.
I can believe it.
But you're going to change all that.
I am? How? Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Her father owns a studio. That means he owns you.
Mr. Drysdale, please. I've got the cutest little extra waiting for me out there at the front gate.
Forget her. You're going to romance Ellie Mae Clampett.
Mr. Drysdale, listen, you can't let a nice, decent girl like that go out with a cad like me. Why, she's liable to wind up at one of those Hollywood parties.
You know about those parties, do you?
Man, I can tell you stories would curl your hair.
Really?
Yeah. See, my aunt works in this flour mill in Springfield.
It's Ellie Mae.
What y'all doing here?
We come to see you, Ellie.
Are you all right, honey?
Sure am, Granny.
You a star yet?
Well, not yet, Pa. I'm still an extra, but Mr. Dash Riprock is learning me to be a star.
Well, that's right friendly of him.
Why, he's done learned me to say prune.
You've been saying that for years.
Yeah, but it never was so much fun before.
You and Mr. Riprock have got real good acquainted, have you?
Yes, sir, Pa. I like him.
Well, then I reckon it wouldn't do no harm for the rest of us to meet him. Hop on.
Well, he said to wait for him at the gate, but I reckon we can find him.
Now, while you're charming Ellie Mae Clampett, I'll go talk to Chapman about your raise.
If I pull this off, I deserve one. Not to mention an Oscar.
Just remember, her father has $40 million.
Figures.
What was that?
Nothing, sir. I'll make a pitch for Ellie, I promise.
Yes, you do that, or you'll be making flour for your aunt.
Yes, who is it?
Dash Riprock. May I come in?
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm quite alone here.
Good. I want to see you alone.
Sit here. Leave that door open. If you've come to talk to me about the script, I've had to make some changes.
I didn't come to talk to you about the script. I came to talk about us.
Us?
You and me.
Oh, that us.
Yes, can't you see? I've fallen for you.
Me? You have scores of girls.
But not like you, believe me. I mean, you've got something I've always been looking for. Intelligence.
I find that very difficult to believe. I've been reading your clippings about all your amorous adventures. Every night a different glamour girl, a movie starlet, or beauty queen.
Yes. I've hated every minute of it.
You poor boy.
Mr. Riprock?
Hey, Dash? Hey, where are you?
I want you to meet my family.
Yeah, we'd like to have you over for some videos.
Mr. Clampett, what are you doing here?
Well, we're looking for Mr. Riprock.
Oh, good. He's a wonderful fellow. Crazy about Ellie Mae.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, he'll be taking her out on dates, to parties, dances. Mad about her.
Here you are, Chief. Hello, Mr. Clampett.
Oh, howdy, Miss Jane.
Chief, I wonder if I might have the rest of the day off. Dash wants to take me for a drive.
Dash who?
Riprock. He's mad about me.
Must be some kind of a... Dash Riprock!
Mr. Drysdale, I thought you told me he was mad about Ellie Mae.
Yeah, but that's a different Riprock. The one who's mad about Miss Hathaway works in a flour mill.
Don't you fret, Ellie. You're better off out of there. Tell me, did that Dash Riprock invite you to one of them Hollywood parties?
No, ma'am, Granny.
Too bad. I was hoping your pa would learn for himself about how them movie folks carry on.
Granny, once and for all, we're gonna find out firsthand about them Hollywood parties.
Right now?
Right now.
Hot dog! Where to, Uncle Jed?
That flour mill in Springfield.